So today I was watching a video of an entrepreneur, and he was talking about how in the world of business, you got guys who might be able to kill it for 5 years, maybe 10 years. But the real players in the world of business are the ones who've been on top for 20 years. They've been in it for 30 years. They've been moving the crowd for, 40 years. And it reminded me of what a friend of mine who was a folk dancer, he did Afro-Cuban folk dance. And he told me about how in that realm, age is everything. Seniority is supreme. And the older you get, the more respected and more prominent you become. And it resonates with all things traditional, really. We don't look at business as a traditional act, but it is traditional for, let's say, in a capitalist environment. Business is something that people have been engaging in for hundreds of years. Some of the oldest institutions in the West are businesses, right? So you start looking at the kind of the institutions that underpin Western culture and civilization, they're businesses. And so that's part of the tradition of the West. And for us who practice Orisha lifestyle, the different Orisha societies, Shango, Obatala, Ogun, Ifa, these are traditions that are characterized and defined by time spent. And so you get a lot of people, particularly in this age, who are coming in and they make a lot of noise because of the internet and social media allows you to do that, and it encourages that, right? So the more noise you can make, the more disruptive you can be, the more attention you can get. But that's not an indicator of your ability to make a contribution in the final analysis. So when you want to know, hey, who's going to be around in 20 years? Who's going to be around in 30 years? Whose work is going to be around in 20 years? Whose work is going to be around in 50 years? The only way you can find that out is if you got to look back. Where were these folks 15 years ago? Where were they 20 years ago? Where were they 25 years ago? What were they doing 30 years ago? And you can see the ones who've been around for 30 years, what were they doing 30 years ago? And that will give you an indication of the people who you see coming into the arena today. Do they have staying power? Do they have the traits and the attributes and the characteristics of a practitioner whose work will stand the test of time? Because ultimately, that's what you want. When you're talking about building your practice, establishing yourself within a tradition, you want to be dealing with something that is most likely to stand the test of time. And so within the School of Orisha Studies and the Orisha Lifestyle Academy, we are building practices that are established around organized and well-recognized disciplines. It's not a fly-by-night. It's not about, gimmicks. It's not about, flash. There's no fluff. The most important thing that we can do is help you to establish the specific, concrete, bottom-up, inside-out practices that are going to help transform your life, transform your consciousness, and enable you to deliver upon your ancestral promise, which is also eternal, which is also forever. So this is a clarion call, of course, to the leaders. I want to send a word out to the leaders. I'm looking for leaders. I'm looking for people who are ready to put in the time and invest the effort into building something that will help you make a meaningful contribution to your life and make a meaningful contribution to the lives of those who you're destined to serve, especially those of your lineage. If you're one of those people, I want you to find out how Obafemi Origunwa and the Orisha Lifestyle Academy can help you take your practice and your life to the next level. Visit me at obafemio.com or orishalifestyle.com, and let's work together to help you live the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of those who you're destined to serve. I look forward to working with you. Bye for now. Odabo.